Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is Benny, and I am the Fool's Apprentice. You could hear the dogs maybe clamoring around me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the BloodMoon Tarot. I got my hands on it. Um, I didn't know if I would get my hands on this. I'm really glad I did because it's a stunning deck. There are tons of walkthroughs out there. I'm not going to do a walkthrough. This video isn't about, doing a walkthrough of the deck, my impressions of it, and any of that. I will go through the cards, but just as exciting, I ordered the actual huge guidebook. It's an art book, actually. It's just stunning. And wait till you see the inside of it. I mean, it's huge. Like it's like the size of my forearm. Look at that. So I already gone through it some. Really, really nice. Uh, so Sam, who is the creator of the deck, sent out a newsletter not too long ago, maybe in December, stating that she was in contact with a publisher and was going to be working with them in creating the deck. So I don't know if it's a reprint of the first edition, if it's going to be a second edition where she might do some edits, like maybe lightening up the door in the full card. Um, no clue. However, I don't even know if it's going to be mass market. I don't think so because she didn't mention that. I initially thought it was going to go mass market when I heard that she was working with somebody, but I don't know. All we know is that her team is going to be meeting soon to start working on the deck. Um, I ended up watching a YouTube tarot walkthrough of some decks, and this person mentioned the Blood Moon Tarot in their collection of decks that they were talking about. And I just commented, oh my God, that's been on my list. I love that deck. And this person contacted me stating that they were getting a backup copy and had purchased it. But if I wanted it, they would pass it along to me at cost plus shipping. And I was like blown away because that is a very, very, very nice thing for someone to do. And I am so grateful for this person to do this. People are so nice in the tarot community. It just blows my mind. So I ended up getting it. And I knew that I wanted the book. I knew that I wanted this book. There was nothing that was going to stop me from getting it. But I wanted to wait until I got the deck. So when the deck arrived and it was in my hands, I literally went to the website and ordered the book. She only printed 1,000 of these. I had no idea how many there were left, but turns out it's in the book. It's numbered. So you will know how many she has left. I don't know if she's going to create a small guidebook for the second printing, if she's going to recreate this particular book. Not a clue. There hasn't really been any announcements, but I didn't want to take a chance on not getting a hard copy of a guidebook. Now, I do know when this came out in on Kickstarter in May of 2018, it took a long time for her to complete the deck. It took a couple of years, I believe, before people got it. And it did not come with a guidebook, but she did send out later, after she sent the decks out, a PDF guidebook, which I don't think I could get because I didn't purchase the deck directly from her. So I got the book. I'm okay with that. I want the book anyway. So let me flip the camera over. We'll do a quick flip through of the deck. We will go over the book. We'll talk about a few things and we'll see, if anybody's interested in buying the book because I don't think there are that many left. So we'll see. One moment, please. And I am back. As you could see, I got me a new little mat. It is getting warm. Spring is approaching. And I wanted something new. And I just saw this and absolutely loved it. Blue's my favorite color. I don't think it's too distracting. So I think it'll complement whatever deck it is that I end up using. So, oh my God, the Blood Moon Tarot. How very exciting. Let me zoom in some. And I got the tuck box. I didn't care what box I got. I'm just glad I got it. Um, it looks like it was $80, but you know, and I'm just a little speechless. So it wasn't wrapped in the plastic that I've seen, but I don't care. It came, with little cards, real pretty, right? And then we'll talk about this in a second. Look at this gilding, guys. It has little sparkles in it. I've heard other people complain about the gilding a little bit, that it chips off. What I'd like is that it doesn't stick. So that's really nice. These backs are really beautiful. I like the matte. Is it my favorite backs? Not even close, but I think they're absolutely lovely. Oh my God. Oh, did I put this? Did I leave it in here? Yes, I did. Okay, really quick. So it didn't come with a guidebook. I had to buy it. In here, it just tells you what all the suits are. Dreams are swords or air. Songs are cups or water. Skins are wands or fire. Honey is pentacles or earth. Um, and there is a free guidebook. So you know what? Maybe I should go look. Maybe I could find it. Anyway, so that's that. I will tell you that this is one of my favorite Fool cards of all time. I think this really captures, what it is for the Fool to go on this Fool's journey and meet each and every major arcana. It's just because you just don't know what's out there, and it's just so big and vast. But there are tons of walkthroughs, so I am not going to talk about the images. I'm just going to do a flip through. I'm going to put some music on, and then we'll get to the actual book. My God, these are stunning. Oh my gosh, beautiful. My light moved on me. Okay, I'm back. I worked on the lights. Hopefully it won't be too shy. It's the paper is matte, so this should be just fine. And so on the website, I'm looking at the my phone here because I want to give you the dimensions and stuff. She has only made 1,000 of these, and each book is $80, and you can only get a maximum of 2, but you can contact her if you want more. It is a linen hardcover with gold foil, which is really, really beautiful. I love the color. It's really matte, nicely bound, really nicely bound. And it's 8.5 by 11, standard, paper size. Each one is supposed to be signed, so we're going to look to see if it's signed because I didn't notice the signature the first time. There are 200, and it says on decadent heavy paper. Define decadent, I don't know. And when I say define decadent, well, like what kind of paper is that? And it supposedly has full-size images on each of the cards, meanings, which I already saw. There are 5 spreads. And then what I really like is at the end, she actually has sketches and stuff that she has included for us to see the process that she went through. So beautiful. I love, there's like a little sheen, but not much. Oh, I hate kind of opening the book and kind of bending it. It's 800, mine is 809 out of 1,000. So there are 191 left. And I bought this book about a month ago. So that's all that she has in stock. And there's a signature. I just realized it right there. And it's a pretty signature. Love it. With the 3 little dots. Beautiful, beautiful. And then, what world? Sorry, guys. Look at this image. Oh my God. Isn't that stunning? So look how beautiful this whole page of the moon card. So you get a lot more detail. You get the hangman, cropped. And then the contents tell you everything you need to know. We have the major arcana, each of the minor, how to read your cards, which I think is a really nice touch. The 5 tarot spreads, and then the sketchbook at the end. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. And here is the first card. And it's the only one that I'm going to actually go through and read the whole thing. But look how stunning. There's huge images. It really allows you to see all the details. So you have the face here, and it looks like she has little seashells on the edge hanging. You have a hand here and a hand here. A meditative hand here as well. It's just really, really, really beautiful. And then you could see way out here, there is some type of, looks like a tower of some sort. It's beautiful. So we have the number. We have keywords, beginnings, nativity, awe, the fool. I love awe. That's actually new for me. So that's nice. I love when I get a brand new word for a card. So let me read it and let's see what we get. Before we come into the world, we exist as a part of the void. We are nothingness and thought that may seem frightening. It allows us infinite potential. If we are nothing, we can become anything. This card is one of the new beginnings, our first breath, our first choice, our first step in a long journey. The fool is the hero who must adventure through the unknown and learn the lessons offered in each card of the major arcana. From the beginning, I wanted this card to feature a small figure and an impressive landscape to invoke a feeling of awe. However, a landscape on its own wasn't creating enough interest and mystery to suit the way I wanted the Fool to feel. That's when this massive door appeared in my sketches. Only a sliver of the landscape remains visible beyond the gateway and adds to the idea of crossing a threshold into a new unknown world. It is a portal from non existence to existence, from 0 to 1. The doorway's guardian offers various gestures and mudras. One hand is welcoming, another warning to slow down and take heed, another suggesting a meditative pose, and more seemingly to gently pull at the darkness to reveal the world beyond. This card asks, what are you beginning? What mindset are you stepping into? What opportunities await you if you take a risk? What is new and unknown to you? And how do you feel about it? What advice should you heed? Wow, that is a lot of information. And guys, you just got to know that I'm very proud of myself that I read this and didn't really have any error in fumbling my words. That is a big deal for me because I always seem to mess something up. Love the font. The font is great. Very easy to read. Frankly, it looks like the book could have been smaller, but I'm glad it's not because I get a bigger image. Really, really great stuff in here. I like how he describes the hands and the door. I think a couple of things that are really, really beautiful is if we are nothing, we can become anything. This idea that we are nothingness, I think is like phenomenal. I think that really, it's like an empty vessel to be filled. It's just beautiful. And then this idea of a portal from non-existence to existence, from 0 to 1. Like this, like for some reason, I get this moment where a child is born, into the world from having just this one place where it exists to all of a sudden opened up to this whole world. Very, very, very beautiful. And I like these prompts because you can use this as journal prompts. It's a great way to actually create spreads. You can create a spread for each one of these. So I'm really happy with that. And I suspect that this is going to go through all of them. Look at that. Beautiful. So I guess he does have prompts for all of them that I see so far. So that's pretty spectacular, I think. I like the matte of it, really. There is a bit of a shine, but it's not because there's gloss, really. It looks like there's like a little bit of a protective coating on the image. But very, very, very beautifully done. So and I love that I get a lot of information. It's very easy to read and digest, and it's not too complicated. Complicated. Look at that. Beautiful. The cycle. Look at that. That's stunning. So then we get to the Minor Arcana. Look at that. I believe she still has this in the shop, this painting, and I think it sells for $3,500 if I remember correctly. So now we get to the Minor Arcana. Tells you that dreams is air, deals with thought and the suit of swords, and tells you about it. So I'm not going to go over this because you can pause if you need to and then zoom in to read it. And then you get something much smaller. So let's read Mind, Ace of Dreams. The moth, the toothy hound, and the unblinking inner eye stand at the gate. They are messengers from the inner world, the forms of dreams and fears. The first card of the suit embodies the energy of dreams, air, and breath. It is the body's electricity and the buzz of anxiety. It is the mind full of storm, clouds, or a night of singing stars. The element of air can grant you clarity and helps you to weigh your choices. Check in and ask yourself how you relate to the territory of your mind. Ooh, the territory of your mind. Love that. Love that. Very, very beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. So you only get one keyword. And then you go, oh, and then there's, so it looks like she has full page artwork between each section, which is nice. Kind of reminds me of the Virgen de Guadalupe right there. And then she goes into water, emotions, cups, songs, and then explains it all. So very nice. So I suspect that's what's going to happen with the rest of it. And I love that you could see the color changes. Then we get to reading your cards. Tarot is a beautiful way to have a conversation with yourself. And that is actually how I mainly use my decks, is really just having this inner dialogue to help me kind of figure out, that's precious in the background, to figure out anything that's coming up. And I really do like, because I did read this section. First, no card is inherently good or bad. I like that. So, and there's no correct way to read the cards. And so it talks about rituals. So really gives the tarot reader complete power on how they use their cards. So then we have the spreads, explains all of them, gives you an example if he had pulled the spread or laid out the cards. We have difficulties, pathways, then the layout. Okay. And then my favorite part, or one of my favorite parts, actually it's just a stunning book, the sketchbook. What I like about the sketchbook is that because it gives us a little bit of insight of how much work actually went into creating the deck. Draws a picture, gives herself some notes, colors that she might want to use, which I think is really, really nice. Done in pencil. It's really, really beautiful. Has them laid out. Shows you how she starts with one idea and then moves into the next idea and then moves into the next. So it shows you the progression. Very nice. And has 2015 to 2018. It took her 3 years to create this deck. And then when we get to and then she uses different colors. And then she has the keywords and some notes, which will be great because it gives me additional information on the cards that I can use for meaning. Then we get to her color palettes, which I think is beautiful. And look at this detail, the full, and then it gives herself the colors that she's going to use for each one. Isn't that wonderful? Shows you how the card came about. So I'm very, very impressed with this book quite a bit. Look how like this in itself could be framed. That's so beautiful. Love it. Just absolutely love this book. So let me turn the camera over and I'll have some parting words. And I'm back. Guys, I really, really, really like this book. I'm really glad I got it. I think it's really going to be very helpful when I start working with this deck. I haven't picked up the deck. I haven't worked with it. I'm working with the decks, but I have no regrets in buying this book. I think the book is, worth what she's asking for it. I love the insight that the book gives. The deck is stunning. I'm really excited to see what she does with the second printing, if it's going to be different, if she's going to have additional cards, if she's going to mess around with the coloring, the lighting with the deck, or if she's going to keep it the same. Wonder if it's going to come with a little guidebook that you get when you purchase the deck. Is it going to be a Kickstarter? Is she going to sell it outright? I mean, there's so many questions that I want answers to, but alas, we just got to be patient, right? You can't rush an artist. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of the book. Until next time, my name is Benny, and I am the Fool's Apprentice. Bye, guys.